All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really good show for you today. We're going to be starting off with a controversial topic, and that is the Dakota access pipelines, the No DAPL. We've heard a lot about it on social media, and there's some stuff going on now as we speak, and I guess it's getting to be a huge movement, but it's gaining a lot more support. So, Anthony, come on, bring us up to speed. What you got?
Well, first of all, I want to say the Hulk smash is there. So that's
wait. What's his name? Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. He's there. Jesse Jackson's there. And did you see Jesse Jackson had a beaded medallion on?
Yes.
Representing.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. But in time there was a fire. They were putting out fires. There were more army people are there. More people are going. Philip and Mary went back. Now they're in China. They're going back when they get back. So we have a lot of people. I mean, that it's a big deal. It's growing momentum. What I don't like though is that none of the candidates, the two candidates, haven't mentioned anything about it. And to me, that's a big deal. But what I think it is because money, oil, it's their politics. In
well, I do think there's going to be more attention from the candidates moving forward because of those movie stars and those activists kind of stepping forward for it. And I know Shailene Woodley's done a lot for the movement as well. Amber, why don't we speak a little bit about what she's done thus far?
Well, she's been really public on everything, on all her social media. She's gone live, it's crazy. And then she was arrested recently. And I know Ryan had followed up on some of the stuff that she has talking about, like how they were strip searched, and she got out and paid for the rest of the people that were arrested with her, paid for their bail to get out. But some of the things I've been reading is that they've been waiting to post, like, what is it called, like when they say how much bail hearings or whatever, they're taking forever, they're strip searching them, they're just like, I don't want to say torturing them, but is it dehumanizing them?
Yeah,
or whatever?
dehumanizing, absolutely.
And just like the things that they're going through there. And I think Jesse Jackson being there is going to be I feel like it's going to be a huge thing. I feel like it could be really something major, and there's so much going on right now. And I was just reading it just before we came here that they have a helicopter flying around. All the live feeds are being, like, you can watch it for 10 seconds and it kind of like
they're saying it's being
freezing.
purposely altered, so
Yeah.
it's trying to prevent the more awareness that we're trying to get for it.
Yeah.
Now, Amber's segue to it, Shailene Woodley had an opportunity to speak on a different platform. Brian, why don't you tell us about that?
She did an interview with Democracy Now! And she was talking about her experiences of what happened while she was arrested and when she was arrested. She felt she was singled out because she was filming live at the time and she was a well-known name at the time. But she said what people didn't know about what happened was when she got to the holding center, they were strip searched, they were cavity searched, and she said that they were just, like you said, they were taking their time, they were dragging their feet when it came to how much they had to post for their bail. And she said, I was the first one that was released, and I was literally sitting there waiting for people to tell me how much is it to bail out this person, how much is it to bail out that person, and she was just kind of just sitting there like, tell me, I want to pay for them to get out so that we can go back. And they were not compliant in whatsoever. So it's infuriating. I personally stopped following any of it for like a while because it's very aggravating. You get very angry, you get very pissed off watching all of this stuff happen and nobody's saying anything.
And there's more stuff too, like on the female end. I was reading one article about a girl that was being catcalled from a truck. She was walking with her mother and they were like, how much for the young girl or something, and they were talking about how these oil companies and all these workers and whatever they are, construction or whatever they are, driller people, are coming in. It's bringing all these men in, and it's just, and it was hitting on the missing and murdered Indigenous women, like these women are walking around and they're being catcalled out of these trucks, and it's just, and there's another picture of a very young girl with a policeman or whatever he is, security guard over her, and you can't even see her face. You can just see her face pushed into the dirt, and he's like got his knee on her chest and his knee on her neck, and she's like, she was a teenager, and that's
right.
I can't.
And I think there's something really strong to really emphasize here, that this is a peaceful demonstration, and I know the community members and also the different nations out there are really emphasizing the peaceful demonstration. So I mean, a lot of this violence that you're seeing is not from the community, from Native American community. A lot of this is from the outsiders trying to incite some type of rebuttal or trying to antagonize them to do that. So I give a lot of props to the community members out there and all the Native Americans that are out there because they're keeping it peaceful. So, and Shailene, I just have to just say this as well. I mean, this is a young girl utilizing, her power in Hollywood towards something good. And she's really help motivate this movement, and she's bringing in a lot of people. So I mean, she's going to become somewhat of the face of this movement if she isn't already.
Yeah, like she goes live a lot. Like at the beginning, she was live feed on her Facebook all the time.
In
you know?
DC, she was there.
Yeah. She's been like really everywhere a lot.
think it's
Water's
also-
life.
I think it's also important that we know about it too, because when you post it on Facebook, this and that, you kind of find out how uninformed some of your friends are.
Yeah.
Or
Correct.
even some of their tendencies that you're like, oh, wow, did he just say that? Like, they don't understand it, or maybe the true colors come out when, and that's one thing that I found. Like, I've had to delete a couple people because the way they took it, they spin it around, and it's, you know, like you said, it becomes upsetting. It becomes because they don't understand it. Like you said before, you can't drink oil. You can drink water, but you can't drink the oil. And it's just amazing to see how many people are just uneducated.
All right, so before we go on to our next segment, I just wanted to kind of bring it back to the Dakota Access Pipelines. A lot of the stuff that we were saying was somewhat negative, but there's a lot of positive things going on there as well. We talk about community and the strength of everyone coming together. And all of this chaos and melee, guess what? They actually brought a life in. A baby was born during this movement right there at the...
And that was amazing.
At the site.
I saw it on Facebook, and I was kind of like, what? Like, what? Oh my God, am I reading this right? And it was really special to read that, you know, when they talk
And that's
about
amazing. And then we found out, not sure what tribe it is, but there is a tribe that donated over $250,000 towards legal fees.
That's
To
amazing.
ensure that this keeps open, that this, you know, case is, you know, hopefully brought to justice where we can finally say this is stopped.
Yep.
So with that being said, we still support what's going on out there and all the tribes and all the leadership that's out there. But we're going to move on to another segment.
Yo honey, yo honey, yo honey, yo honey.